All right, are you ready for your next comedian? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. He's a very unique, he's a new comedian, but has a very unique voice, very unusual voice, and I like to give those people a voice here. Give it up for Dan Williams, everybody.
Put your hands together for yourselves, Underbar. Thank you for coming out and supporting local comedy. I love Logan. Logan's great. Logan and I are a lot alike. We're both sober, we're both balding, middle-aged men. If you have problems differentiating the two of us together, I want you to know that Logan looks like the professional comic, and I look like the guy that you hand change to outside. Or to phrase it another way, Logan looks like your sponsor, I look like your relapse story. Wonderful, wonderful. I love Underbar. Underbar is great. Look, it's so bright and gay and colorful. I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy in Timothy Leary's anal bead. Yeah, I know, it's like a Tool show on Fire Island. I love it, it's great in here. So, don't touch the mannequin, folks. That's the first rule of Underbar. Kenny the mannequin is possessed. One time I was doing comedy out here and I got too close to him and looked him in the eye and I flashed back to every guy that ever ghosted me on Grindr. And I'm straight. Spooky, right? That mannequin looks like he's watching the true crime documentary about its own homicide. And they got to the part where he was found in Lindsey Graham's dumpster. Yeah, I know. It looks like Buffalo Bill's Horcrux. So, I'm from the Midwest. Anyone else from the Midwest? That's more than it deserves. Yes, the Midwest, folks, where COVID is fake, but wrestling is real. The Midwest, everyone. These people hate drag queens, but then manage to elect a fat man with a wig, high heels, and makeup on to ruin this country. These people are pro-lifers, but they worship a God that created life, regretted it, drowned it, and then had second thoughts. I knew God was a woman, but I had no idea it was Casey Anthony. Yeah, thank you for giving me this voice, Logan. Thank you for giving me this voice. So, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from rural Missouri. One of the things of note about Missouri that I remember is that a Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan was found shot to death on the banks of the Missouri River. I thought I was at a gay bar. I thought I'd get more applause. Fine, whatever. It's fine. I found the conservative night at Underbar. That's fine. Whatever. Logan didn't tell me. So, yeah. What was it? Oh, yeah. So first off, that guy's dead. Fuck him. I'm glad he's dead. The world just got one shitbag lighter, right? Yeah, right. Secondly, though, Grand Wizard, and he couldn't stop bullets. Did he not rest to get his spell slots back? Was he out of mana? White men shouldn't be wizards. Everyone knows that half-elves and dwarves are better. It's true, he must have rolled nailed the crit and got the nat 20 at the same time. I knew I'd get niche D&D material to work someday. Thank you. Wonderful. So, yeah, anyone here smoked Prohibition weed? Anyone here from a place where weed was illegal? You just aged yourself, sir. That's fine. I want you to know, sir, if you clapped just now, there is no good side of the aluminum foil to smoke off of. It's all just PTSD and copper resin. Okay? So you have it a little bit easy, everyone else. You grew up in the Pacific Northwest where weed is paving the streets around here. My dispo was a single wide trailer at the bottom of a hauler in the middle of rural Missouri. My bud tender was a man named Critter. Some of you are acting like you haven't traded car parts for drugs, and it really shows right now, folks. I'm just saying, next time you're at a dispo, be grateful because your bud tender never once said, "Hey, chill out on this couch for 30 minutes and watch Maury. I don't want this to look like a drug house. Critter, you haven't mowed your yard in 4 fucking years. Yeah, so I went back to the Midwest with my girlfriend recently to go visit my mother. That's how I know this woman loves me. She got on a plane to Arkansas with me. So anyway, we arrived on a Sunday and we were hungry, and we went to go to the only local flavor that was open. That is Waffle House. Some of you are familiar. If those of you aren't familiar, Waffle House is like a Denny's that went to rehab. And it still gets in fights in the parking lot. Anyway, I don't mean to be cruel. I don't mean to punch down when I talk about the fine people that work there, but I think they believe in creationism because evolution kind of fucked them over. So we get done and we pay and we walk out of the Waffle House, and I turn around to look back at it, and I notice that the W is falling off the side of the building. Thank you, you're all good English majors, that's great. For those of you who don't understand, it just said Awful House, and I was like, and it flashed me back to all the times I was in the Midwest. I was like, that's very on point. It's run down and illiterate. Very Midwest. Very Midwest. And then we went across the parking lot to the one place where God's love will not go even on a Sunday. I'm talking about Dollar General. And then I saw a woman that I presumably went to high school with, some pro-life bitch that's walking around with all her fucking little blessings that she can't afford to feed or educate. Then I spot one in the back of the line, pooched out belly, hair just already naturally growing into a mullet, hopped up on secondhand meth smoke and Mountain Dew, eating batteries right out of the fucking package. He's evolving in his little above ground gene pool, folks. He's evolving. But I can see the Instagram post right now. Mommy's little angle. Mommy's little angle. Thank you. That joke only cost me $500 and a trip to Arkansas. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. So I have a theory. I think billionaires want to get into space because A, guillotines don't work in outer space. And B, charging someone for air is Jeff Bezos' power fantasy wet dream, folks. I promise you, every time someone forgets to renew their Amazon Air subscription, he's gonna reach over and hit a button on the smart thermostat and choke someone out. And then he's gonna whimper come in his $60,000 spacesuit. What am I gonna talk shit about billionaires for? I sold out. I work for a $1 billion tech company in the Portland area. I won't tell you what it is, but it rhymes with Schmintel. I'm a clean room employee. That means that I work in a bunny suit. There's a lot of loud noises, plenty of bright lights. It's kind of like a rave for germaphobes. Yeah, that's right. So I heard a rumor that one of these eccentric billionaires that's ruining our fucking country might have a hand in purchasing my workplace. And normally, as a radical armed leftist, I'd be against this sort of thing. But I got to thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Let them have it. Because you'll never remember me as Dan Williams, the okayest technician. You'll never remember me as Dan Williams, the gifted lover. But you will remember me as Dan Williams, the guy who killed Jeff Bezos with an Amazon Basics mouse cord. Don't fight it, Jeff. Don't fucking fight it. Oh. I get it, Jeff. Killing people makes me come too. I'm glad that worked. So I guess this will work on, I'm glad this will work on this crowd. Luigi Mangione, everyone. Luigi Mangione. This guy's making us question all sorts of things in our society, like the necessity of corporate greed, the deficiencies in our healthcare, whether I'm fucking straight or not. Can someone with a masculine chin, hair, and a visible dick guard this man? No, it's science. It's true. He's got an event horizon of handsomeness, folks. I'm just saying that his predecessor, so stepping over the corpse of his predecessor, Andrew Whitty is now the healthcare CEO, the United Healthcare CEO. And he came out stepping to the public, making a public statement swinging, saying that I will combat unnecessary care in the healthcare system wherever I find it. And as a comic who hasn't done this very long, I thought I was shit at reading a room. So here's the facts. He killed that guy. They got a new CEO. They upped their private security. They redesigned their webpage. What I'm hearing is killing CEOs creates jobs. That's all the economic proof you need, folks. So I'll end it on this one, a little banger for me. I am an armed leftist, folks. Fuck with my queer friends and I'll turn your pronouns into your missing. I was at the gun range with some of my friends, and some rednecks in a pickup truck pulled up next to me, and they assumed because I'm a white guy in flannel and Carhartt that I'm one of them, one of those Full Metal jack-offs or whatever. And I said, sure, we can share the range, but I escaped rural Missouri. I know what's coming up next. They're crazy conspiracy nonsense. RFK's in the news recently, so they started talking about the Kennedys. But I know what to do in these situations. Double down harder on crazier bullshit. Are you ready for my favorite JFK assassination theory? Okay, it's a wild one. Are you ready? On November 22nd, 1963, in Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas, his head just sort of did that. I'm going to leave it on that one. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Underbar. I love you guys.
Dan Williams, everybody. That was so fun. Oh my gosh.